Faith is the belief in things that you cannot see. You can never lose faith. That's the key. You have to believe in something that you can't see. You have to believe when you don't see no way how. You have to buckle down and keep believing. God is always coming. Here's the deal. The moment you ask God for something, he boxes it up and he ships it to you. Here's the problem with the package. He never gives you the date that it's going to arrive. It's going to come. He just don't tell you when. If he told you when, it would destroy the relationship that's required to have an abundant life, which is faith. If God told you you were going to be rich in August of 2021, do you know how crazy you would talk to people from now until then? Because you know on August 21, I'm going to be rich. But he don't tell you when the package is going to arrive. So here's the deal. He wants you to stay in faith to receive the package, because he only delivers to Faith Street. If you step off over here to I Don't See How Boulevard, he don't ship there. If you get over here to I Don't See How Circle, he does not ship there. He only sends the boxes to Faith Street. So when he sends it and you'd have moved off Faith Street, the package got to go back. It's just like UPS or the post office. If they send you a box and you ain't home, they take it back. That's how it works, man. Let me tell you, everything God wants you to have, he puts it in your imagination. Albert Einstein said imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. Everything you imagine is God showing you a preview of a coming attraction he has for you. And he puts it in your imagination so you can see what he got for you. So if you've been imagining that you're going to be rich one day, it's because God wants you to be rich. Now, when you going to ask him for it, and are you going to wait for it to happen? Or are you going to lose faith? Here's what Christians mess up at. Well, I guess it wasn't the Lord's will. Who are you? How you know what God's will is? It all happens at an appointed time, but you have to stay in faith for the appointed time to happen for you. I've been wanting to be on TV since I was 10 years old. You know how old I was before I got on TV? 38. 28 years after I wrote it on the paper. I want to be on TV. It took me 28 years to get on TV. But it happened at an appointed time. I just never gave up the faith. I kept going because I didn't know how to quit. Because I know if I quit, it cannot happen. But if you stay with it, like this dude's story right here, if you stay with it, you have no idea what can happen for you. But you got to stay with it, man. You can't quit because get hard. This dude done lost his legs. He's still funky with it. You can't quit because you got your leg. What you tripping for? Your punk. Sorry about that. You can't quit, man. You got to stay with it. It's somebody having it way harder than you, and they didn't give up. That's inspiration. You're tripping, man. Get yourself together. God got a great life for you. I'm telling you, God got a plan for you that's so out of sight, it would trip you out. All you got to do is ask him for it and wait on it and be willing to work. Faith without works is dead. That's all you got to do.
I like what Charles Allen says. He said, when you say a situation, a person is hopeless, you're slamming the door in the face of God. You're slamming the door in the face of God. There's no guarantee that because somebody is now down on their luck, they can never come back. Who can guarantee that you can't make it? That you can't have your dream? Who can guarantee that you can't do what you want to do? No one can do that. No one can predict that. You can't even do that. You don't know what the possibilities are for your life. No. All we need to do is we look at our dreams as we get ready to hit the floor. I'm blessed and highly favored, and it's possible I can get my dream. You go after that dream too. Don't go casually. You got to go out there like you want that. You got to like you want that dream. Don't go out here like these people. See, when you feel like you blessed, you ready to get into a good fight for this dream. You ready to get down for this dream. Here. Say it's possible, and don't let nobody turn you around. Don't let circumstances turn you around. Don't let hard times turn you around. It's okay. Whatever you're experiencing, you know that this too shall pass.
We all face situations that look like they'll never change. It's easy to get discouraged and accept that it's never going to work out. But God said in Zephaniah 3, I will turn things around for my people. He's a turnaround God. He turns barren wombs into babies. He turns red seas into dry pathways. He turns 5 loaves and 2 fish into dinner for thousands. He turns skin filled with leprosy into skin as clear as a little baby. When thoughts tell you your situation is permanent, you'll never get out of this problem, never get well, never see your family restored, no, get ready, a turnaround is coming. God is about to turn sickness into health, turn addictions into freedom, turn lack into abundance, turn struggle into ease. You're coming in to a turnaround season. You're going to see the hand of God do things that are unusual, uncommon, out of the ordinary. This is what Zechariah said. God has turned my mountains into molehills. Mountains represent obstacles, things that look permanent, like it's immovable. Depression can be a mountain. Feels like you'll always struggle with it. A mountain can be people at work that are not for you. They have more seniority. What can you do about it? Or how about a mountain of debt, lack, can't get ahead? It's been in your family for years. This is a new day. That mountain is about to be turned to a molehill. God is about to flatten some things out. He's about to remove some obstacles. What used to hold you back is not going to limit you anymore. People that weren't for you, suddenly they're out of your path. You didn't have to do it. God turned it. That mountain of loneliness, not having anyone in life to love, it's about to become a molehill. The right person is going to find you. A divine connection, somebody better than you've imagined. Now you have to receive this by faith. This won't do you any good if you think, this is not for me, Joel. My situation could never turn around. You don't know what I'm facing. You can cancel out what God wants to do by doubt, by negative thinking. Why don't you be a believer and not a doubter? Why don't you get in agreement with God and say, God, I believe what you promised, that a turnaround is coming in my health, in my finances, my relationships, my career. Whatever you think is permanent, that you could never get past, you need to see that mountain being turned into a molehill. God knows how to turn sorrow into joy, how to turn mourning into dancing. You may have been through loss, things that weren't fair. You could easily live discouraged, thinking you've seen your best days. If you only knew what God was up to. He has turnarounds in your future that are so awesome, you won't think about what you've lost. You'll be so blessed, so happy, so fulfilled. You don't look back. You keep moving forward in faith, filled with gratitude, thanking God for what He's done. I talked to a single parent mother. She was struggling to make ends meet, working 2 jobs, long hours. She felt bad that she couldn't be there with her children. On top of that, she had no time for herself to date or have any kind of social life. It looked like that's the way it would always be. She couldn't see anything changing. But just because you don't see it doesn't mean that God is not up to something. You don't know who He's speaking to about you, what He's lining up to come your way. You keep being faithful, and like Ruth, you're going to come in to handfuls on purpose. Blessings, healing, relationships that you didn't see coming. The God of a turnaround. You may be in a season of struggle, season of hardship, where you're working long hours, doing your best to provide, but nothing is improving. You don't see how it will ever change. God is watching you. He sees your sacrifice. He sees you going the extra mile. You're going to come in to these turnaround moments where God is going to turn the struggle into ease, turn the lack into abundance, turn the sorrow into joy, turn the injustice, what you didn't get, what wasn't fair, into fulfillment, into purpose, into a blessed, satisfied life.